There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when the world seems to turn against you. Everything you trusted begins to fall apart. Friends disappear, doors close, prayers seem unanswered. You ask yourself, why me? But what you didn't know is that this wasn't punishment. It was a test, a divine test designed not to destroy you, but to reveal you. God was watching to see if you would keep your faith when it didn't make sense, if you would stay kind when others were cruel, if you would walk in light when darkness surrounded you. And guess what? You did. You passed the hardest test without shortcuts, without bitterness, without cheating. And now your reward is already on its way. When God tests a chosen one, He rarely does it in the comfort zone. The purpose of the test isn't to make life easy. It's to make your heart strong. You went through days where your faith was shaken, where nothing worked the way you planned. But what God was doing was refining you like gold, removing the impurities of doubt, pride, fear, and impatience. You see, comfort never creates strength. Character does. And character is only built when life hurts, when you keep your integrity even when it's inconvenient. God wanted to see if your faith was real when the blessings weren't visible. He wanted to see if you could still say thank you, even when you didn't understand. And you did. You stayed true. You didn't compromise. You didn't sell your soul for shortcuts. That's what separates the chosen from the ordinary. The chosen stay faithful when nobody's watching. So if the test felt painful, remember, it was proof of your divine potential. Because the next level of blessings requires a stronger version of you. Let's talk about how your obedience in that dark season opened the gates of destiny. Sometimes God tells you to walk a path that makes no sense. You follow His voice into uncertainty and everything around you screams, "Turn back!" But you didn't. You stayed obedient. You trusted a whisper that others couldn't hear. That's faith. Your obedience in silence is what moved heaven on your behalf. When you kept doing right while being wronged, when you chose peace over revenge, when you trusted even without proof, that obedience was seen. God doesn't reward perfection. He rewards persistence. Every seed of obedience you planted in tears is now about to bloom in public joy. What looked like a delay was actually divine preparation. That's why your pain had purpose. Because every obedient step you took in darkness is unlocking doors of opportunity right now. But before blessings come, let's talk about how your heart was tested through people. Sometimes the hardest test isn't losing money or status. It's dealing with people who betray, misunderstand, or reject you. God allowed certain people to hurt you, not to break you, but to show you who you really are. You didn't fight back. You didn't become bitter. You learned to bless those who cursed you, to pray for those who used you. That's spiritual maturity. That's elevation. God needed to see if you could love unconditionally, because your destiny requires compassion, not revenge. People who lied about you were part of your training. They were the chisels God used to carve patience and humility into your spirit. And now that you've proven you can handle people without losing your peace, you're ready for the next stage, the test of waiting. Waiting is not wasting. It's the hidden phase where warriors are trained. While others thought you were stuck, God was sharpening your discernment, deepening your wisdom, and strengthening your endurance. You learned patience the hard way. You learned how to be still when every part of you wanted to move. You learned that timing is everything, and that no delay is permanent when God is involved. Your waiting season built the foundation for your winning season. You're now walking with calm confidence, because you've learned that what's meant for you will never miss you. And as you waited faithfully, something powerful happened. Your faith became unshakable. Let's talk about that next. When everything was falling apart, your faith didn't. That's how God knew you were ready. Faith isn't proven when life is easy. It's proven when all you have left is belief. You held on to promises that had no proof. You spoke life over dead situations. You trusted that somehow, some way, things would turn around. That's faith that moves mountains. Your faith became your spiritual armor. It protected your peace when others panicked. It gave you clarity when confusion surrounded you. And because of that, you became unstoppable. And that faith didn't just protect you, it transformed you. You began to see pain differently. Let's uncover how. When blessings stop, God starts speaking through pain. Pain becomes his megaphone to awaken the chosen. Through tears, you heard truth. Through heartbreak, you found purpose. Through silence, you discovered strength. Pain taught you to depend on divine guidance rather than human approval. It stripped away distractions and showed you who you truly are. A survivor, a vessel of light, a warrior clothed in wisdom. That's why you can now smile at your scars. They remind you of how far you've come and how faithful God was through it all. Your pain became your purpose, and your purpose gave birth to vision. Let's talk about the vision that's unfolding. When you were broken, new vision was born. You started seeing life with spiritual eyes. You realized that rejection was redirection, that endings were beginnings in disguise. The struggle removed illusions and gave you clarity. You learned what really matters: peace, integrity, and purpose over popularity. Now you're walking with direction, not desperation. Your vision is what's guiding you into your reward season. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer beg, you believe, and with that clarity came transformation. The person who entered the storm is not the same one who's walking out. Tests don't build the old you, they reveal the new you. You became wiser, calmer, stronger. You stopped explaining yourself to people who never cared to understand. You learned that peace is power and silence is strength. The storm didn't break you, it birthed you. Now you carry an energy that cannot be shaken, a confidence that comes from surviving what others couldn't. You are living proof that endurance produces excellence. And because of that transformation, the tables are about to turn in your favor. Let's talk about your reward. Your blessing isn't coming, it's already in motion. Everything you prayed for, cried for, waited for is aligning behind the scenes. When God tests you and you pass, He doesn't delay the reward, He multiplies it. The same people who doubted you will witness your elevation. The same places that rejected you will call you back. Your reward isn't just material, it's peace, purpose, and divine favor. You'll walk into rooms that your pain prepared you for. And when that reward comes, remember, this isn't just for you. It's for everyone who's still fighting their own test. You passed the hardest test honestly. You didn't cheat your way through, manipulate, or fake faith. You did it the right way, with integrity and heart. That's what makes your story powerful. Now your job is to inspire others still in their test. Be the proof that endurance pays off. Be the voice that says, you can survive this, because your survival is someone else's roadmap. You didn't just win, you transformed. And now, it's your turn to shine light into other people's darkness. Chosen one, the hardest chapter is over. The test has been marked past. What's next is celebration, restoration, and elevation. The reward is not coming someday. It's unfolding right now. Walk with confidence, because the same God who tested you is now about to bless you publicly for what you endured privately. Thank you for listening. Stay faithful, stay humble, and keep walking in light.